Hey, it's Alex.
I want to talk about 6 demons and where specifically they're mentioned in the Bible. I believe 100% you can write this down, that the names of demons, they reveal the nature of where they reside in our lives, okay? You say, Alex, what are you talking about? Demons are often called evil spirits, unclean spirits, familiar spirits, lying spirits, and sometimes even the angel of Satan himself, okay? Their goal, you say, Alex, what is a demonic oppression? What is this possession? What does having a demon mean? What are you talking about? Their goal is to entice, harass, torment, enslave, cause addictions, defile, deceive, and attack the physical body. That is their role. Look, what does Jesus say? He says that the enemy comes to steal, to kill, and destroy. If it's doing one of those 3 things, it is most likely a demonic attack. Their goal is to, one more time, entice, harass, torment, enslave, cause addictions, defile, deceive, and attack our physical body. So let's talk about a couple of spirits. Let's talk about a couple of demons. The first one is, and you probably have all heard this one, but the spirit of fear. The spirit of fear. This is a demon that causes unnatural fear in the lives of believers. You ever see somebody who has just an irrational fear of things? People do this all the time, and I don't even think they even notice it, but they talk about their phobias. Oh, I'm just scared to death of spiders. I'm scared to death of snakes. Oh, I'm scared to death of heights. Oh, I'm scared to death of flying. I'm scared to death of swimming. I'm scared to death of the ocean, right? They're always scared of something. That's the spirit of fear. That is the spirit of fear. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love, joy, peace, and a sound mind. That is 100% a demonic attack, okay? It is a demon that causes an unnatural, unhealthy fear that invades your life. This could be the fear of circumstances, the fear of death, the fear of even driving a car. I've seen that one. Fear of people, fear of public speaking, fear of insanity, chronic timidity, paranoia, fear of isolation, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of losing something or someone, the fear of getting married, the fear of getting sick, and maybe even potentially going into horrors, nightmares, and night terrors. If you are dealing with those things, you most likely are bound by the spirit of fear. You say, Alex, I don't know them seriously. The spirit of fear is outlined in the Bible. It is shown in the Bible, so much so that he says, I have not given you the spirit of fear, but I've given you a spirit of love, joy, peace, and a sound mind. The second type of spirit is the spirit of death, right? This, I believe, is the reason we are seeing suicide rates at an all-time high. We are entering, and we have been, and we're even going up in statistics where people are taking their lives. That is not a coincidence. That is not just by happenstance. That's a spirit. That's a demon, right? The spirit of death. This demon brings, I believe, constant thoughts of how you could end your life, why you should end your life, where you could end your life, how to even go about doing it. He's behind murder, epilepsy, self-mutilation, I believe abortion, mourning, sorrows, and even possession, right? I believe, I know y'all think I sound crazy, but this is what we're seeing in society. We're seeing the spirit of death run rampant, not only in my generation, but even in the generations underneath me. Why are 14, 15, 13, 12-year-olds taking their lives? Why are they going so hard after the kids, after the children, for this LGTV and transformerism agenda? Because they want to mutilate themselves. They want to do all the change, get them through the process. So why? So that the suicide rate extremely skyrockets after that procedure. Do you think it's just coincidence? You think it's just by happenstance that the moment that they complete that procedure, that life-changing procedure, that their chance of suicide skyrockets over 50%? No, it's not a coincidence. It's not by happenstance. It's the spirit of death. You say, Alex, I don't believe that. Go look at John 10:10. The third spirit I believe that is running rampant in America, but across the world, is the spirit of lust. The spirit of lust. The spirit of lust. This is, I believe, the force the spirit, I should say, behind the porn epidemic that we are seeing in society right now. I seen this statistic, and I don't know what it is in the world, because again, the world is going to do what they're going to do. Although it's bad, we can't judge them for that. We can only look at our believers. We can only look at the church. But in the church, there was a statistic that came out that over 70% of church leadership struggle with pornography. Why? Because if the head struggles with it, the rest of the body will struggle with it. Again, do you think this is just coincidence? Do you think this is just by happenstance? If you do, you're deceived. We are battling the spirit of lust. This is the evil force behind pornography, adultery, fornication, prostitution, and homosexuality. Right? I believe that a telltale sign that you are battling this one is that it comes and it creeps into your dreams. It appears in your thoughts. It appears in your daydreams when you're just randomly letting your mind go, right? And it's a constant attack, right? And there's root causes that cause that, and we'll get to that. You say, Alex, well, I'm battling with this. How do I get rid of it? We're going to get there. Stay tuned. The fourth spirit that I believe that is running rampant, and we can see this, and it doesn't even take a religious person to see this, is the spirit of addiction. The spirit of addiction, the spirit of bondage, right? This as the demon that is behind alcohol, that is behind drugs, that is behind gambling, smoking, and I'm trying not to offend people, but even stooping into media. Okay, this is a new one for me because I haven't seen it firsthand until recently, when I started making videos on secular music, when I started making videos on movies, when I started making videos on video games, okay? And there is a type of reaction that you get when you're facing a spirit, and I 100% believe that spirit can be found, the spirit of addiction can be found in movies, can be found in TV shows, can be found in video games and in music. You say, Alex, I don't believe you. Look at the fan bases for some of these things that I just talked to you about. They are fanatics. They are sold out fans of a TV show, of fake characters. Okay, this is a spirit. This is 100% not normal, nor should it be in the lives of a believers. If you're putting Marvel, video games, music, artists, whatever, even Christian artists, okay, you're not excluded just because they're a Christian artist. If you're putting them and promoting them and let's just call it for what it is, worshiping, praising, and idolizing them, you probably have a spirit of addiction on you, and you need to cast it out. You need to break it. You need to remove it and repent, okay? Lighter addictions, I believe, can even go into, addiction to food. We don't talk about this one, but gluttony is a sin. But we don't talk about that for some reason. We don't talk about that in the Western America. We don't talk about that in modern Christianity, right? Like I just said, television. Or what about your phone? The addiction to a phone. I know people who cannot go 5 minutes without checking their phone. They can't even just leave it. They can't even set it down. It always has to be on them. That's not normal. That's not normal behavior. That's not normal believer behavior, okay? Addicted to money, okay? The pursuit of always trying to get money and always trying to grapple and get success. The addiction to sleep, or the opposite, too much work, okay? You can have an addiction to working too hard, and you can have addiction to sleeping. Okay, or here's another one, addiction to always being late. Okay, I know that sounds crazy, but if you're always late to people, I'm going to leave that one there because that one's pushing it and you guys are probably thinking I'm crazy. But the spirit of addiction is running rampant in a lot of people's lives, specifically in our society. And it's time to call things for what they are. If you have an unnatural likening, a fanatic-like reaction to video games, to alcohol, to drugs, smoking, gambling, TV shows, video games, movies, television, your phone, computer, work, money, sleep, whatever, it's not normal. It's not normal behavior. It is not normal behavior. Some people even have the spirit of addiction to Facebook and proving their point and arguing. Go read Timothy. Go read Colossians. Go read Corinthians. We are not to be doing it. The next spirit that I believe that is running rampant, and again, we don't want to talk about it. It seems like we just want to hush it and we want to shut it up and we want to make it seem everything else, but it is the spirit of infirmity. The spirit of infirmity, Luke 13, the spirit of infirmity is called out. It's called out by name. And I believe that this demon, this spirit, is many times behind allergies, behind diabetes, arthritis, cancer, constant weaknesses, fatigue, mental disorders, hunchbacks, organ failures, nerve disorders, and all the rest, right? All the rest. Anything that is stealing from your physical health, I believe is a spirit of infirmity, and it's not a promise of God. It's not a promise to what believers have. Now, here's the caveat. If you're doing things that would cause these things, then maybe it's not a spirit and maybe it's just bad decisions, okay? If you're not washing your clothes and you're breaking out in rashes, that's on you, okay? If you know that something's going to cause pain or it's going to cause you harm and you go and do it, that's on you. That's not a spirit, okay? But I'm talking specifically for no reason just battling with these things, for no reason just battling with these diseases, with these ailments. That's not normal. That's not just happenstance. This isn't your take in life. This isn't your portion in life. You are blood bought and sacrificed, paid for by the blood of Jesus that heals you. He was wounded. He was beaten for our healing. That is a physical healing. Jehovah Rapha, that means to be made healed, okay? There is so much evidence that proves that physical healing is 100% for the believer. If you're not seeing it, you're probably battling or giving access or taken over by the spirit of infirmity, okay? The next one. It's a big one. And I don't think people see it as a spirit, but it 100% is a spirit, and that is the spirit of pride. Proverbs 16 talks about this, talks about it in depth. Pride is not just an emotion. Okay, we understand what got the enemy kicked out, the Satan kicked out of heaven, and it was pride. Okay, pride is not just an emotion, okay? When people want to talk about it all the time, and they're like, oh, well, I feel like I can be proud of certain things. Well, if you want to battle that spirit, go ahead. But I'd rather just not be proud and be humbled instead, okay? Pride is not just an emotion. It can be a spirit. That spirit, here's how to know if it's a spirit or not. Are you arrogant? Do you want to find revenge? Are you in rebellion? Are you egotistical? Do you lust after power? Are you very critical? Is there anger that comes in your pride? Is there independency that comes with your pride? Is there cruelty to other people that comes with your pride? Is there jealousy that comes with your pride, right? All these things are things that can suggest, that point to a spirit of pride. Okay, I'll say it again. Arrogance, revenge, rebellion, egotistical, lust after power, criticism, anger, independency, cruelty, and jealousy. Those, alongside of pride, is a 100% a demonic attack on your life. Okay, if you're battling that, you need to get delivered. You need to cast it out. You need to get it out of your life. So those are the 6 demons that I have found in the Bible that are biblically supported. All these other ones, they get a little weird. They get a little crazy. I know that there's one like the spirit of Lilith, and I know that's technically biblical and it talks about it, but there's not a lot of evidence for it. This mermaid spirit that we're seeing, and when people talk about Disney, listen, stick to these. I promise you, these 6, all of the spirits that we're seeing can get reported and get brought back to these. What are they? The spirit of fear, the spirit of death, the spirit of lust, the spirit of addiction, the spirit of infirmity, and the spirit of pride. If you are battling any of these, you need deliverance. You have a demon. You have a spirit. If these types of things, these emotions, these spirits are enticing you, harassing you, tormenting you, enslaving you, causing you to do things you don't want to do, defiling you, deceiving you, and attacking you, they are 100% demonic. Hey, thank you for staying to the end of this video. I know it was a long one, but I hope that it benefited you. I hope that it encouraged you, motivated you, or caused something on the inside of you to go, like a little light of revelation from this video. I hope that it helps you grow. I hope it helps you expand, and I hope it helps you conquer the demons that are loose in our world. If you could, please like this video, hit subscribe, and make sure your post notifications are on so you never ever miss a video. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.